Okay. Says we're live. I just always need to double check with the lovely YouTube here, which loves to say that I'm not live all the time. Which it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, it says it's live. I'm just making sure because now it says I'm streaming twice. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. All right. We're just back because it was saying that this was for kids. Wonderful. Okay. Thanks. I think the Scrooge told me. I don't usually check chat. Well, I do usually check chat, but you know, I'm not like a big streamer, so I usually don't check or see a big issue if my chat's pretty empty. Okay, so we have the heavy factory. And we are going to be focusing on using select best places for this here. I'm just kind of looking at some code here. This command always seems confusing to me. Random gen, wait, what? What's random gen? Random gen. Talking about, along with these three simple operators, interpolate, know that, factor, and random gen. Can use with expressions. Wait, what? I thought the code I can just run in game? Random gen 1. Yeah, I don't think so. Must be just with that command or certain expressions. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to use this to see if we can find an open field. Hill but no forest, house on hill, deep forest, tree but no forest. Let's see. Let's mess with this a little bit. There's like a good example of an expression someone has, but I'm gonna just for artillery I want to find an open area that I can just put them on a road and then move them. I'm just gonna spawn them into a field. Field placement. So we're gonna select best places. Let's see here. Let me move some stuff over here. Okay. So you give it a position. So we'll give that the position of, right now we'll just do me, because I'm just testing this. We'll do a radius. I'll say 200. The expression and the precision. It's just a number. I'm guessing that probably is how many, like in let's do 25, how many meters, like square that it checks. And then we have sources count. I only need, let's do 3. And then I'm gonna make an assumption. I've used this in so long. I want it to be meadow. On a hill would be awesome. So this actually is okay. Um, meadow, meadow times on a meadow and a hill would be great. Multiply that by not in a forest, if I'm understanding this correctly, times not by any trees. That should give us my expression that I want. And then we'll do player set pause. Placement select 0, select 0, something like that. It returns array in format. So select 0, select 0. I think that's right. Okay, so far so good. I'm in the middle of a forest. It tried. 500 meters. So what we're going to do is kind of combine this. Hey, that's actually not bad. Huh, how fast is this command? Well, I'm in multiplayer, so I can't really tell. It's not super duper fast. Oh, I slowly teleported to the front. What we'll probably do is turn this down to something like 200. And then whatever it finds, we will also just, in the area around them, remove any trees or anything, just have it get forcefully removed. So far, the command actually seems like it works pretty well. And we have 25-meter gap between the search results. I hope we're going to give this a test. So let's open back up this code here. So we're going to find a road. Actually, I don't even think we need to find the road. I'm going to just axe the whole thing. Yo, Sergeant Kamakjo. Soon a shorter stream today. Just about 10:30 or so. It's about 40 more minutes. I hope you are doing well. I should return 3 locations. Right, it always returns 3. Let's assume that it's always going to return 3. That's probably a dangerous assumption. Alright. Okay. And we're going to assume that we don't need this command. Make artillery group. And then we're going to create the group here. And we need to make sure to put this in. Where should we define this? I think we should define stuff here. So any groups that may get used should be going up there. Just to make this a little bit easier. Yeah, like that. Okay. So we're definitely going to test this code before we ever put this in, right? So then we get the artillery group, we create the group side, and then we want to spawn the artillery. This is going to be very similar. Spawn them there, and then we are going to actually select I -1. Actually, no, we can do select I and just do 0 to 2. That should work. Okay, so the problem with this script so far is I need to put this in FSM to even test it. Um, which is unfortunate, that's okay. Okay, so now we have, already with that we have spawned in the artillery team. So let's just spawn in 3 artillery vehicles and a group. So we are going to just take this code, cut that out there, and we're going to put that in the advanced artillery. Oh, this is some intense ArmA song. What's up, is Windows 11 worth it? I got it just because I upgraded my computer because my old computer was having a lot of issues. I mean, I was constantly crashing or losing code or whatever have you, so it was being really annoying. I can't say that it is. I know it's going to have to happen for people eventually. Supposedly it's more secure. I've had some weird audio issues with it. If you have older equipment like I did, I had a headset that was from like 2016, I think, or 2016. And my headset was no longer compatible with Windows 11, or barely compatible, because the drivers weren't updated anymore because it was so old. I've had more issues like that just because my tech was so old, but I think if you're on newer tech, it's not a big deal. So I had to upgrade like everything. I mean, it's some of it's modular. Like this is like in the middle now, but you can move that back to the left. I would say it's about the same for me. Like moving over from Windows 10 to 11, I have not noticed any big issues, no big gripes. And not like I don't really regret it. When I boot up, I get going. It's fine. It feels like Windows to me. It's definitely not like moving from Windows 7 to Windows, 8 or anything like that. That's for sure. Okay. So we're actually going to add an extra step in here. So we're going to let them spawn in, give them 20 seconds to kind of get situated. And then just before they even before we move in or anything, we'll have artillery do a fire command so that artillery will fire here. FSMs make things so nice. Hello, Jordan. I'm so nice. Okay, so then we'll have artillery fire. So this is going to be very similar to this mortar fire command here that we have. And I'm just going to keep it pretty basic right now. Like I said, so we're really just going to take artillery group here. And we're going to see what happens if I do this. Select a target, equals boom. Let's see. What is this? Why is that there? Get rid of that. Okay, so then that artillery should fire. So let's test this. I'm working on capture the island mission right now. And right now I'm working on the AI brain system essentially for how they go scout and engage towns. And we're going to test out the artillery right now and fix any errors that pop up. But one thing we need to do is add this in here. Okay, so let's hop in. Well, first we got to abort those. I think I'd upgrade to Windows 11 in 2023. Yeah, I don't think there's any rush to upgrade to Windows 11. I wouldn't say it's big enough difference, especially they said they fixed it now, but if you have any AMD graphics cards, apparently it's an issue with some frame rate. But I still have my old graphics card, so yeah, just for about 30 more minutes, I'm working on the capture of the island. I have an old mission called Dissension, and I am working on kind of just redoing it, a lot of it, updating. Really wanting to update how the AI target towns and attack and engage a lot more smartly, like combined arms. So that's what I'm doing now. Just to get some work done on it. So I'm going to create the structures here. Right now the AI commander is not automated. It's kind of controlled by me right now manually. I'm forcing him just to make a bunch of structures. So there's a barracks there. There's the light factory. I want to get up to a heavy factory. Advanced barracks. Heavy factory. Oh, it's air factory. Heavy factory's last. There it is, heavy factory. Okay. So now that the commander has access to a bunch of structures, we're going to tell him to engage a town. And we're going to be watching for any errors that pop up. The first thing that's going to happen is that the scout team's going to spawn in. There they are. And so this is going to be, I'm going to speed this up a little bit, but I'll explain a little bit of it. So yeah, a lot of systems are not supporting Windows 11 yet. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I had issues. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but my headset, I had one from like 2016. That was old. That wasn't really supported anymore. So I had to go buy a new headset on top of everything else. Okay, something that I'm gonna have to fix is units spawning. So what we have here is a scout team moving to go get picked up. Since we have a light factory, they're gonna get picked up and transported to the front line. And then because we also have an advanced barracks, we have a UAV here that is rising up to its correct altitude and it's going to go up scout ahead. Here's the town they're attacking. You can see that we have the front line here, a setup position here, and we have the grids around the town. And this is kind of an overwatch position here, which is really bad. This is using ArmA's default function, Behemoth's default function. It's awful. So I need to fix that. But we're going to be trying to take this town here. Okay, so where would be an overwatch position from here? Could be, I'm not even sure. It's not a lot of good spots. So the UAV is going to go. The UAV provides quicker, up-to-date intel. And just to speed things up, I'm going to just take the squad and put them right there. Oh, wait, we got an error. Virtual. So the error is, I don't know if it's going to interrupt the whole thing, but let's see. Line 20. Waypoint set behavior, force behavior safe. Type string expected. Bool. Oh, am I using this new command wrong? The answer is probably yes. Look at that. I should be using set waypoint behavior. I don't know if that's going to ruin the entire function though. I think It may have. Yeah, it sure did. Oh man. Let's see what happens if I just move him up here. That's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna cheat it. Okay, so once the scout team gets to the front line, usually get dropped off of the vehicles, then the UAV goes in further. And once they get good positions, the scout team is happy. You can see right now they start marking targets. This is going to be pretty accurate because we have a UAV. And now we have an error message here that I need to fix. This is probably part of the scout team branch here. This is sometimes the unfortunate thing about FSMs is they don't tell you exactly where the errors occur, so you have to just kind of know. And I'm going to guess it is this right here. Type group expected array object. Oh, okay. So we just need to do leader UAV group. And probably the same in here too. Okay, so we fixed that error. And unfortunately that means I don't think the FSM is going to progress any further. So we're going to have to restart this, but let me double check. Usually they do. Oh, did I close it down? Yeah, it's right here. I spawn Assault Town FSM, so let's double check this here. We have UAV sent updated info, UAV sent updated info. Oh my goodness, that spams a lot. Should probably add a wait in there. Yeah, it did try to spawn assaulting units, so it looks like it got hung up somewhere. I definitely don't see them anywhere, so. Alright, let's back up. So you can see right now they're collecting intel, which is awesome. So, and the intel drives the artillery, right? So what we're going to do here is add some weights because so one of the things in here is the UAV timers. Time should be greater than the UAV time. Should be waiting 5 seconds. So we're going to increase this to 15. The scout team. Maybe because, oh, you know, because there's an error. That's probably why. That's fine. So we'll do that. And then we will go to Assault Town. And so we got this message here. It said spawning assault units. And then it got here. And I didn't see any units get spawned. Count basic squad class names. So we should probably add some more debug code in here. So add in here. Let's save on that. Let's double check this log here. Cool, no spawning. Yeah. Says it was spawning them. So maybe this is exiting here. Let me take this code and double check it. Oh. Look at that. There's an error right there. I didn't even get an error message for that, so if we take a look at this, let me make sure. So if we look closely here, we can see that something got really messed up here. It's like this got busted, so that's probably what happened. That probably aired out. And this, it's not a good way to handle this either, I just realized. This if statement isn't even closed. There's a lot of errors in here. Okay. Wait, this code shouldn't even be here, I don't think. What is going on? Hold on. What? So I was getting a little confused. Yeah, I don't think that should even have been there. There's an issue with this too. Okay. 16. Kind of giving manual numbers to these manual costs here because I realize this is an issue. Okay. You just fixed a lot of issues there. Sorry, I was really focused on that. Let me see what I got here. Whoa, alright, let me catch up. Marathon. By the way, did you read the comment about the chat you figured out? Because I read the comment about the chat. The screwed, yeah. I don't really check my chat, or I do, but you know, I'm not getting, you know, lots of views, so I don't really, if I don't see any chat in there, I would never would have known. I just would have figured it's early in the morning and people probably are busy. So you left me a comment, so I was able to see that. So that was very helpful. I remember you trying to change the settlement below. Do you still access your old information? No, it's gone. It just completely I had an issue. It's my mistake. You know, I should have backed it up somewhere, but I have backups for none of that. So unless I have all my code still from ArmA, because I always back that up. But I essentially I just wiped it by accident. Long story short, I goofed when I upgraded my computer. The hard drive I just did a goof and it was gone. I wasn't interested in trying to recover it. Why don't you use Visual Studio and SQF plugin so it tells you to terminal where you have errors? It tells me where I have errors for normal code, which is ArmA. But oh, and the end terminal. I see what you're saying. I don't know. I just got so used to Notepad++ when it was. I've been using this since ArmA, and I tried using Visual Studio before, and I don't really like the flow of it. I don't know. I just couldn't. It just felt wrong to me. I'm much faster in Notepad. Notepad has some nice features too that I really like. So when I used to work with someone a long time ago, that Notepad++ had this nice ability to actually like host essentially a file live, and two people could edit it at the same time, and it was actually very nice just for those types of things. I find it to be more flexible. This music is intense. Nothing wrong with Visual Studio, but I just... Victor's like, I don't know what's happening, but I watch. This is some intense ArmA music, right? Well, we're gonna try to get the squad, at least before I go today, to get artillery at least spawning in and firing, or at least mortars firing. So let's see. Let's go ahead and create a bunch of structures. I have to hit it 5 times? 6 times. Heavy factory. Okay, perfect. So for the sake of time, I'm going to speed up the AI. Speed up the AI going to the town. So what town are we attacking? We are attacking the airfield. Okay. So something with this mission, I'm sure I'll repeat this a lot to people who have seen this before, but so it's just a normal capture of the island, except it's going to be a lot more slower pace, a lot more of just taking. It's kind of a combination of game modes, I'd say. So you have your commander AI that is going to be leading the players. They handle spawning the buildings. They handle most of the combat. The goal of this game mode is to make you feel like you're just a cog in the machine. You're not the leader. You're not a superhero. You can probably, find ways to do that, but it's going to be the war will go on with or without you, regardless if you're there. So the AI commander should be able to wage war on their own and against each other without player input at all. So you could just sit and watch if you wanted. Where's the squad? Okay. It's like right now we have a scout team has spawned in. They're going to go try to scout the town out first. And right now it's just pretty basic. Bunch of static weapons just spawn in. And they define the front line here where they're going to set up. They have positions how to get around the town without having to go through the town. And they set up kind of some other areas of interest. Since I have an advanced barracks, a UAV was spawned in. It's going to go to the front line and wait. If it doesn't get shot down, it should be high enough. These guys are going to get a ride, so I'm actually going to move them closer. I'm going to go ahead and cheat here. These guys are going to go and get inside these vehicles. And all of this is virtualized. Okay, so they're in the vehicles, and these vehicles should start moving now. Of course, this hunter is going to, with lovely ArmA AIs, because the structure is too close. I'll just help him out. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to actually just cheat and move these guys up. So there's the UAV flying on over. For some reason, this hunter had to go to the ArmA AI is so great. This is an issue with Zeus sometimes. Like their waypoints just get fucked. UAV's on station. Get closer. Okay. AI get dropped off. Is that all of them? That is all of them. Okay. So they're gonna go ahead and drive off, and oh, I think one of them got ran over. That's okay. Oh my god, this hunter. I love ArmA 3. I cannot wait. I'm gonna have to put like VCOM back in here just to keep AI from running each other over. vanilla AI is so bad. Okay, so these guys are gonna go to their waypoint. So this is the scout team. The UAV now, since the scout team moved up, it's kind of scanning the area ahead of time. The AI can shoot it down if they're aware of it, but none of the AI are smart enough to do so. They have an AA launcher? They do have an AA launcher on site. Looks like they have a squad patrolling around now. Oh, we got an error. Oh, really? I'm just missing a bracket? Oh, come on! What did I do to this function? Heli transport class names. Oh, this private thing made it back again. What the hell? Wait, what happened in this function? It looks like I duplicated this function somehow. What is going on? I'm not even sure how this happened. My costs. We like run the same code twice? Huh, okay, let's... I don't know how I did that. That's probably... I did this code when I was like 2 in the morning, so probably... Okay. Man, ArmA's music is more intense than I remember it being. Okay. Is that fixed now? If we can move past this stage, that would be great. Okay, I don't know if I interrupted the rest of the FSN from executing though. Yeah, sure did. And no mortars or anything spawned. Okay. You can see the UAV. Since the UAV's there, you're getting constant intel updates on the circle, the AO. So, which is great. So if I move my mouse, move it back, you can see it just kind of updates. See, and when I highlight these, you can see all the little tiny grids. These are areas that the AI or the players have to clear before they can capture the town. So fighting like big cities, like this would be, why it would be much slower is because you have to clear all of these street by street, as long as you get close and as long as they turn a color, yeah. Which makes it a lot more intense. Okay, so we got the scouting working. We need to get the spawning. It works as intended. If AI team kills with victors, it forces you not to use victors. Ta-da, Rockstar solution. That's right. Let's try this. It'll be on my last try before I actually have to go. That's a shame, but we're getting closer. I just wanted to see the artillery firing, at least the mortars firing into the area. Alright, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and create Zeus. Let's go ahead and tell me. Let's make sure that I actually have a heavy factory. Yep, okay, I'm going to do capture targets. Add the Zeus command. Okay, so now we're down here. We're taking Polina. Polina. Oh, looks like we had an issue or... What? Oh no. They're already inside the vehicle. That was fast. Oh, because all the factories are right next to each other. So they all spawn right next to each other. Nice. Alright, Hunter. Are you actually gonna behave this time? I'm gonna get these structures a little bit further away from the road too, I think. Here's the UAV. It's just gaining altitude before it goes in. Jeez. No, if the building gets destroyed, the AI don't have to clear it. It gets taken off the map. You just piss off the civilians. So that's going to be an important part of this UTI as well, is just complete and utter destruction. Because there's 3 teams. You get Resistance, Op 4, and Blue 4, and the players are going to be able to play on all sides, with each side having slightly different play style. Resistance is going to be more of an Anastasi-like experience. I'm not going to say like Anastasi, but you're going to be essentially fighting 2 superpowers and getting killed a lot and losing lots of ground all the time, because you're just going to be outnumbered. Okay, scout team is there. Vehicle team's going to RTB. And I'm going to have to include functions and scripts that manually move vehicles and troops when they get stuck, because ArmA. I'm actually surprised they're able to get to that point, to be honest with you. So, let this go right now. I don't know why he's lagging behind. I actually had someone recommend to me to slow down the squad leader so the rest of the team could catch up and stay information better, and that actually works really well. Okay, I'm just going to move this guy there, speed this up. I expect another big explosion or something to go wrong here. We're going to take a look. Scout team is now scouting. Okay. We don't have an execution of that FSM. What? Something went wrong. Why? It was just working. Yeah, outnumbered and gun. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Did they not reach the point they're supposed to go? Did I mess them up by moving him? Scouting team is now scouting. Okay, so they haven't found a good position yet. I think I broke them up by moving them around. Oh, man. Why did I do that? Oh. It's pretty 4. It's because they haven't found a good position yet, that's why. So they've gotten to a position that wasn't high enough for them. Can I force it if I move it up here? I'm just gonna cheat. I think if I put them up here, unless, oh, do I not have it check again? Because we have scouting team is now scouting here. If I look at the scout FSM, that's this area right here. So they should be checking this here constantly. It's less than. So this is not being executed because the point they're supposed to get to. I messed them up, I think. Well, shit. Attempt number 2. One more time. That's true, Jordan. Yeah. That's a pretty bad. Alright. So yeah, gonna get in. Squad again. We're going to cheat again. You and you. Going to get up there. Ah! Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, I'm just gonna take these guys and don't care what these guys do now, just get back over there. Yeah, I wish they'd redo the AI to make it better. A Zulu War on the Moon. As long as it's a properly defined map, it works on any map that is properly configured. So sure. Okay, I'm not going to touch them this time because I think I messed with them. If this doesn't work, then I think I know the issue. And I'll have to fix that next time. So what's happening here is they go here, they're not happy with the position, obviously. And so they should be moving on to the next position, but I have a feeling... Oh, no, they're happy with it. Okay. So here we go. I guess, I don't know the AI. So they deployed some basic infantry. We're getting marks here. Good. So since we have an advanced barracks, we have an advanced team here, which have better equipment. Wait, which one's the advanced team? I think this is the advanced team. We have the recon squad here. Got this. Got these squads. So what we're gonna do is just cheat again. I'm gonna just move these soldiers up to the front line faster. I don't have vehicle transport in for these squads yet, so right now they just go on foot, but that will be definitely changing. Okay, so they're preparing for an assault. Because the scouting team is a backup essentially, and they control the UAV, think of them as the ones who get assigned the UAV, and they control it and they report back to command. So if the UAV goes down, not a big deal. The infantry will go in and do their job. But if the scout team goes down, then they're not reporting that intel back. Okay. So they made it. But it also looks like something also went wrong here too. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is going to be an issue I'm going to have to fix. Is static weapons and ArmA for some reason behave like ass. And so here's a good example of them just kind of falling underneath the ground, or for some reason they just don't. Oh, I just fucked it up worse. You're fine. Roll back over. Nope. No, you're fine. Yeah, this is normal. Oh god. Oh no. There's obviously an issue here because they're spawning too many. I think they're stuck in a loop. They're stuck in a loop. Okay. So this is obviously incorrect. So they're supposed to be. I'm gonna have to fix this. Infinite spawning. A 1 through 4 has. Yeah, I think you're right. 1 through 4 is probably advanced infantry. I have to go back and look at what I did. Yeah, well, they were spawning into each other, so that was an issue with. This actually kept executing over and over again. That is why this variable was fucked up. So now that's fixed. But I need to make them so the static weapons spawn on a line facing the objective and the mortar. class names just kind of get spawned in a group behind. They just kind of spawned in a clump, which was not great. So I'm gonna definitely have to address that. It means more whatever. That's right. All right. So I need to get ready for work. So I need to get going. This is the shortest stream, but I'm hoping to really knock this out. I'm gonna try to stream this as much as possible to get this knocked out, because I just want to get, once I get them attacking towns reliably, well, and with combined arms and it's running fairly well, then a lot of the other Dissension assets I already have can be pulled over pretty easy, um, for the most part. And then I want to get to the point where the AI can fight each other. Before I even add any player fighting at all, I want to get to the point where the AI will fight each other just fine. And then when I add the players in, it's just literally plopping that on top of what I already have. So I want the AI to be able to respond to each other, to sabotage each other, to set up ambushes, all those types of things. So right now I just got to get them assaulting towns correctly, which will happen. And making it look a lot nicer. A valid Discord link. Oh, really? It expired. Interesting. I don't use it as much. Let me pull this up for you. I have a lot of Discords. I don't use it as much, but I need to get more active in here. I just kind of got back. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've used any of this crap. Invite people. Oh, it expires. Should never expire. But anyway, I need to actually use this more now. So there, that's the Discord that I'll use. I need to actually use it more though. But I need to get going. Thanks everyone for watching. 10 viewers. You guys are weird watching someone code. But I need to get going. I'm going to go to work. But I will be back to do some more ArmA coding because I want to get this done. I love this project because it's got a lot. It has AI. It's got combined arms. It's got single player. Yeah, I mean you can play it single player once I get there. It's a bigger project, but really, I think because I've done it so many times, the hardest part is these FSMs here, making sure that these work well for assaulting towns. Once I get the AI spawning in, all the basics done, the rest is actually going to be pretty straightforward. What's taking so much longer is I'm trying to make it more organized. So they move up to a certain spot, they prepare an assault, they will call down artillery and mortars before they move in on specific targets, and then they'll move in on foot, and then just kind of do a normal loop you'd see in any other game where they just kind of keep spawning in and sending reinforcements. So that's the goal. ET in the next stream. Let me take a look. You know, honestly, I do it when I have time, but probably it won't be tomorrow. And it won't be on Thursday. So it'll probably be Friday evening, would be my guess. Potentially Friday the 8th morning or evening. I would like to have a more set schedule with this, but I'm going to try to stream more, at least hour streams here and there, so I can just get more work done. That's what I'm trying to do, Victor. Yeah. Well, I always sorry, may back up and restate that. I always remember when I played ArmA 1, the feeling of a lot of the missions were more set up where you weren't a super soldier, you were doing things here and there to help out a bigger war. And even the ArmA 1 warfare was awesome. The OA, or ArmA Gold. Oh, sorry, I was ArmA 2 OA. ArmA Gold was awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. I miss that feeling. There's a lot of good missions in ArmA, but they feel like they get repetitive or they miss what makes ArmA ArmA, like the combined arms. having artillery fire, aircraft support, those types of things. So I want the AI to be able to do that and make it appear to be smart. So have them assault the town. Before they go into a town, they're going to call in artillery if they have access to it, and that's going to soften the targets up. And as a player, being able to see that, like you're going to know, here comes the artillery. Now they're going to be moving in their soldiers, and they're going to be setting up camps. You know, those front lines positions that I'm probably going to have. That's where the AI respawn to move in, and then if they notice more armored, if they have air assets, they're going to be calling those in if they have the money for it. You know, they're going to just use everything they can to take a town, and it's going to feel awesome. Does indeed. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then of course, before I even release this to the public, I'll probably do some testing as well, but it's going to have to be um, very optimized. So the way I'm structuring it, like these towns get attacked, they're going to use lots of assets, but they don't go from town to town. They get used in that town, and they quote unquote despawn to get restocked, and then they just respawn for the next assault. So it's to keep it very playable. I'm excited to redo it, and then on the player end of things, you'll have leveling, and you'll be able to do special things, but it's going to be more of a sandbox game where you can do what you want. Like the commander will be asking you to do things, but beyond that, it's going to be up to the players. And it's something, what I'm making, why I'm more interested in it, is something I'm going to want to play repeatedly myself, like even just by myself. You know, hiring AI, doing special tactics, or just being part of the front line if I wanted to, all those types of things. But first I'm going to do is just make it work, and then I'm going to make it look better, and then I'm going to make it run better, and then we'll talk about adding players once the AI can attack each other. Okay, I'm now going for real. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.